with this week in TCGs number 12. Like to hear it? Hear it yells. Right, this week we have up about 17, 18 things. Let's get right into those things. Starting with number one. There's been a new Star Wars collectible card game announced called Star Wars Unlimited. And yet again, it's with all the trading card miniature Star Wars games, except for White Shorts for some reason. But it's with Fantasy Flight. And we all know about Fantasy Flight's horrible track record with competitive trading card games. Hopefully this time it'll be different. They're looking to use comic book art this time around. So let's just go ahead and read a little bit more about it. A Star Wars Unlimited new trading card game announced by Fantasy Flight Games featuring new art. New art, not screen captures, not recycled art. Fantasy Flight Games has announced a new trading card game called Star Wars Unlimited featuring characters, ships, and stages from all across the franchise. The company describes it as a fast-paced, dynamic game that is both easy to learn and strategically deep. It's been released through... It will be released through 3 sets per year, and it will launch globally in 2024 and will include new art. And additionally, OP organized play was built into the game experience from the very beginning, to the point that it will appear to all players, from those looking to build community at their store level to creating worldwide scale events. Jim Cartwright, product strategy director for Fantasy Flight Games, described in a statement how important this was for them. Star Wars Unlimited is the culmination of FFG's rich history mixed with a celebrated Star Wars brand. As a studio, we're putting together unprecedented resources across every department into this game. We could not be more excited to get this out to the world for everyone to experience. We can't wait to show you more. And, Christian T. Peterson, he left. He was the head of a lot of games, and he started Ghost Galaxy. They got Keyforge back. They had a lot of other big time luminary figures leave from Fantasy Flight, so let's see how this goes. I hope for the best. And this has also sparked my interest in the old Richard Garfield Star Wars game. I'm gonna get some starters for those and look into that real soon. But anyway, that one used dice. This one, no dice. But no gameplay mechanics really announced yet. But hopefully soon we'll get some more info. Alright, moving along, we got Metazoo meets fast food. The unexpected Arbys collaboration. We got the beasts. We got the beasties. Yeah, I said that. Alright, so in a whimsical turn of events, Metazoo, the popular trading card game steeped in cryptid mythology, has partnered up with the fast food giant Arbys for a unique collaboration. This unlikely alliance brings together the fantastical world of Metazoo and Arbys' iconic roast beef sandwiches, resulting in an unforgettable experience for both fans of both franchises. In this article, we'll dive deep into the specifics of the collaboration, the creative marketing strategy behind it, and why this partnership might just be a match made in heaven. Yeah, so pretty much they're going to be giving out toys, Metazoo toys, at Arbys. And I'm going to be extra up at Arbys. Hopefully trying to get one of the healthier items on the menu. Alright, anyway, moving along. We got a Lorcana. The developers reveal new cards, foiling treatment details, and much more at the Gamma Expo. So Gamma Expo was about 2 weeks ago. They delivered messages about organized play. The game developer Ravensburger told us about a ton of new information regarding the game's distribution and organized play, and also displayed starter decks, 40 card demo decks, and gave attendees a first-hand look at the card's foiling treatment. And they had like many unofficial tournaments, but the first official tournament is going to be at Gen Con coming in August. So OP, according to the organizers, local game stores will have the option to host league or tournament events. And organizers will also be provided software designed to aid in running these tournaments. Stores hosting Lorcana events can also acquire organized play kits for free, which will include foil promos, posters, and stickers for tracking points, and more. And unlike most TCGs, Lorcana reportedly has no plans to host pre-release events at this time, citing potential logistical issues. Gearing up for launch, the foiling treatment. Let's check out that foiling treatment.
Yeah, I saw Flesh and Blood kind of pioneered this, but then and that art is so good.
That is a cool looking card. Yeah. It turned out really well. We've known about this one for a while, haven't we?
Yes. Nicholas Cole, fantastic.
Yep.
Yep. This is a cold foil and they have like a rainbow search for it. So cool.
Yes.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, so they have the cold foils like Flesh and Blood is what it looks like. And they showed off some new cards. Here goes a Mickey Mouse with the bodyguard keyword. This character may interplay exerted, and an opposing character who challenges one of your characters must choose one with bodyguard or fable. So the equivalent of taunt in Keyforge. And all for one, your other musketeer characters get +1, and it digs for two lore. You know, that's a 2 attack, 7 defense. Mickey Mouse musketeer type. The Beast is Mine. Be Our Guest. That's a song. Songs, I believe, are the actions or instants or sorceries, if you will. Are moving along. Yeah, so the tournaments, they're going to award points for participation. The Lorcana tournaments. And they pretty much set out the criteria for stores to participate in the organized play system, listed there. All right, and on to Yu-Gi-Oh! The 25th anniversary Legendary Collection is plagued with misprints, unfortunately. So that thing dropped like a couple weeks ago, and let's read about it. The classic TCG Yu-Gi-Oh! Recently released its 25th anniversary Legendary Collection featuring 6 reprinted booster packs from the TCG's earliest era, alongside 6 iconic monster cards. Also included is a reprint of one of the 6 monsters in the new Quarter Century Secret Rare Rarity, created exclusively for Yu-Gi-Oh's 25th anniversary. However, as players and collectors opened up the collection, they noticed something odd. Many cards in the new rarity have egregious misprints, with specific characteristics like the attribute being printed in a different language. It's not surprising Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans are frustrated after being so excited to celebrate this special anniversary release. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Misprints have a long history. Like MTG, Pokemon, and other TCGs, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is no stranger to misprints. Bad prints usually feature errors like incorrect text, card type symbols, attribute, or artwork, all of which have happened before during the TCG's 25-year-long history. Yeah, so be on the lookout buying those Legendary Collection 25th anniversaries. But it still wasn't $1,000 like Magic, so it's all good. And Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG adding new monster type for the first time in 6 years. They're adding the Illusion type, which is a throwback to... Okay, Konami has revealed Yu-Gi-Oh! Will be introducing a new monster type. Monster types form one of the backbones of the popular card game, categorizing its creatures into creatures like dragons. But now, Illusionists will become the new type added into the story card game. The announcement of the new Illusionist type comes nearly 6 years after the last time Yu-Gi-Oh! Brought a monster type into the game to coincide with the debut of the Yu-Gi-Oh! V-Reigns anime. Konami has introduced Cybers back in 2017. And the Illusionist was a type heavily used by the beloved antagonist Maximilian Pegasus within the manga. Yeah, for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Heads. Alright, and then on to Magic. The Ring Tempts You in MTG. Everything we know about it so far. Okay, how does the mechanic truly work? How many more designs will we see? Okay, how does the Ring Tempt You? Okay, here goes Call of the Ring. You get an emblem. Let's just go down the list with it. Okay, how does the ring tempt you? So you first time a card has the ring tempt you, you gain an emblem named the ring and corresponding helper card. It begins with only the topmost ability active, but permanently gains additional abilities moving down the emblem each time you're tempted by the ring. Each time you're tempted, including the first, you must choose a creature to become your ring bearer. And it's something like dungeons in the D&D set. But Call of the Ring, it's a 2-drop black enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, the ring tempts you, and whenever you choose a creature as your ring bearer, you may pay 2 life. If you do, draw a card. Call of the Ring is one of the most efficient and straightforward ways not to only gain the ring emblem in the first place, but also to continuously be tempted by it and progress its abilities. Sauron the Necromancer doesn't necessarily tempt you with the ring, but it does act as a strong ring bearer and gets stronger if it is. And it has Menace, making it an excellent attacker, and creates a 3/3 Wraith tokens with Menace that stick around if it's holding the ring. Interesting. Gollum the Patient Plotter triggers the ring tempts you when it leaves the battlefield. If you want ring temptations, you can blink it or sacrifice it, return it to the hand, and repeat the cycle once again. Maybe it's a downside, but it doesn't look like it on this 3/1 creature. Samwise the Stout-Hearted brings another interpretation to the mechanic. Play it, recover a creature, and be tempted by the ring, which looks like a downside in this context. And finally, we have Frodo, Sauron's Bane, which can outright win the game with 4 triggers of the ring tempts you. You're definitely going to want as many triggers as you can if you're playing Frodo, that's for sure. 1-drop white, 1/2. And the history of the ring tempts you in MTG. The ring tempts you is a mechanic first introduced in Lord of the Rings: Tales of Middle Earth. The first cards the mechanic appeared on were Frodo, Sauron, Bane, Samwise the Stout-Hearted, and Gollum, Patient Plotter. Coincidentally, these are all characters that are highly impacted by the One Ring in the Lord of the Rings lore, but that's what we expect from such a top-down design. Gallery and list of ring cards that tempt you. Is the ring bearer creature type? Nope. You just assign a guy to become the ring bearer, and then it becomes legendary. Is the ring equipped to a creature? Oh, the ring is not an equipment, and it's not equipped to a creature. Instead, a creature is selected to be a brand new designation, the ring bearer. Can you have more than one ring bearer? Nope, just one. What happens after the ring has all its abilities? When you're tempted by the ring, but it has all its abilities, you'll still be able to choose a new or existing ring bearer. Does the ring gain abilities if you don't have a creature? Yes, the ring will still gain abilities. Alright, yeah, interesting stuff right there, the ring. Alright, and more Magic news. Magic standard format will move to a 3-year rotation cycle instead of 2. So your cards will last longer, but the degenerate bannings will have to increase exponentially, I'm sure. Alright, Wizards of the Coast has announced that Magic the Gathering standard format will be moving to a 3-year rotation cycle starting this fall with the Wilds of Eldraine. This change will move standard away from 2-year rotations, and it concerns us when tabletop standard gets left behind despite Magic's tremendous growth. A bunch of Commander and the Demic, so who knows. And basically Alchemy will stay with the 2-year rotation, but we'll see how long this lasts. Once before they tried to move to a 1-year rotation, that didn't fly, but let's see how long this lasts for. In a Pokemon card store in Japan, Akihabara, they ban adults from buying the new Pokemon products before the kids get a while to get it first. A Pokemon card store in Tokyo's Akihabara district has restricted the sale of the latest Pokemon TCG release, limiting kids to 10 packs per day and barring adults from purchasing most of their stock altogether. The release of Pokemon's latest expansion, Clay Burst and Snow Hazard, has plunged the Japanese market into absolute turmoil. People were lining up around the block when the sets went on sale a few weeks ago, and many of them were waiting in lines just so they could purchase boxes to resell online. Clayburst and Snow Hazard boxes were being scalped for thousands of dollars, putting them well out of the reach of most children. Boy, thousands on a new set? That sounds out of this world. I would be in that line. I'm not gonna hold you. In order to bring these packs back to the intended audience, Harry Ruya II, the second, the world's largest Pokemon TCG store, at least according to them, created a section of its store that banned adults from purchasing new packs. This is a limited edition for junior high school students and younger. The sign read, with the accompanying tweet explaining staff will ask to confirm a buyer's age. The store also limited everyone to 10 packs per day, and once the available supply is gone, that's it for everyone. Wild. Wild times in Akihabara. Alright, and on to WarLord, Saga the Storm. It's back. So what did yeah, so gotta find that info. Yeah, basically WarLord is back. And what is Kingwood Games? Kingwood Games is a company founded by Woodrow Hood and Josh King, two longtime WarLord community members. While WarLord is still currently owned by AEG, Alderac Entertainment Group, Kingswood has licensed the game in order to publish the best version yet, they say. And how can I buy cards for this game? We're currently looking at Q4 2023 Kickstarter with retail to follow. And they should be showing up big time at Gen Con in August. Join our Patreon. That will be the hub for exclusive articles and conventions, as well as exclusive monthly podcast. Nice. I'm a longtime fan and investor and want to help in a more substantial way. How can I? Hit up Kingswood Games LLC at gmail.com. And I was watching Chris Vack, Chris Nirvana Tool on YouTube, and they had the I guess the new design team and some of the guys in the community. They were talking all about it. Check out Chris Vack on YouTube. Check that talk out. Great talk. And WarLord Saga of the Storm. If you like D&D, this is a TCG that uses D20 dice. Very cool, like triangle alignment of cards and like you gotta attack in the triangle. I think it's an upside down triangle. Very cool game. I rather enjoyed it when I played it at Gen Con last year. Alright, moving along. Keyforge. The new set, Winds of Exchange, is shipping this month, May. I've heard tell that some people are receiving tracking numbers even today. But Keyforge Winds of Exchange shipping has begun. Who's ready for a Tuesday surprise? Well, here it comes. The first packages are away. We started shipping the first batch of Keyforge Winds of Exchange pledge rewards. Don't believe us? Here's proof. Packing them packs. I guess that's Christian T. Peterson. I'm not sure. Picking rewards, weighing and shipping labels. That's the business. Now, final packing. The team is working hard to get through all the orders as we can. We expect that orders will be coming to you in the U.S. in the next several weeks. For international orders, please allow 4 to 5 weeks for ocean freight. Yeah, so a few weeks. Should be by the end of May. We ought to have that new Winds of Exchange in our hands. Oh, yeah. All right, and then Keyforge, we got a Vault Tour coming. $10,000 prize pool per event. Announcing the first Vault Tour locations. Things are really in motion. Like this car right here. The Vault Tour renews. Ghost Galaxy is pleased to announce the first batch of cities for 2023 U.S. Vault Tours. Each stop will consist of 3 days of competition and fun to unlock the secrets and power of the vaults, and cash prizes for winners. Each Vault Tour will feature both an Archon and Alliance tournament, with the top 4 finishers in each tournament receiving cash prizes, and the top 2 finishers in each tournament qualifying for a first round bye in the 2023 Keyforge World Championship Tournament held at Keyforge Celebration 2023 in Roseville, Minnesota on November 10th through the 12th. Note that the Archon and Alliance tournaments will be held simultaneously, so players will need to decide which one they want to jump into. And so 2023 initial U.S. Vault Tour locations, we got Philly, July 7th through 9th. We got Minnesota, July 14th through 16th. And D-Town, Triple D, Texas, September 15th through the 17th. All right. Good stuff. All right. And then we got what I neglected to mention last week was we got the new house that's announced for the next set after the Winds of Exchange. And that's going to be in the... What set is that? Grim Reminder set. The Geistoid house. Geistoid in the Grim Reminders. They're going to have a lot of those scrap abilities. And they might have a lot of that not loyal mechanic too. All right, but anyway, here's what they look like. A lot of junked robots with scrap things, and they're gonna be powered by amber eyes glowing. Grim Reminders. And be kind of like horror based set and everything. Right, moving along, and yeah, we think the Grim Reaper, that Grim Reaper card, is one of the Grim Reminders. Looks like I've lost that guy, but we ain't gonna even trip. Alright, then we got the One Piece card game. They have a new format, something like Two-Headed Dragon, called Buddy Battles. Here's how it goes. Game victory conditions, you deal damage to either player when both players on the opposing team have 0 life cards. And the number of cards in the opposing player's decks reaches 0, they get milled. That's how you win. Turn progression, you sit in an in-shape turn system. So when Team A 1 and 2 and Team B 1 and 2 play against each other, the game proceeds in an in-shape pattern. So you'll be sitting by your partner, you can share info, but like it goes to player 1, goes to Team B player 1, goes to Team A player 2, goes to Team B player 2. And no player can attack on the first turn, adding Dawn cards and drawing cards on their first turn. A1 and B1 only add 1 Dawn card each to their cost area and don't draw a card at the start of their turn. On all subsequent turns, players add 2 Dawn cards each. 2 Dawn cards each to their cost area and draw a card at the start of their turns. And initial number of life cards, each player's initial life cards is equal to the life value on their leader card minus 2. So good time to run not really a good time to run that 6 cost guy because he just kills himself. But e.g. if a leader has a life value of 5, then they start with 3 life cards. And regarding battles, if a player on Team A is attacked, either member of Team A can activate cards and activate effects during a subsequent block step and counter step, such as activating the counter of character cards, event cards with counter or blocker. Regarding effects, the following is subject to change. Where an effect refers to opponent, select one of the players on the opposing team to apply it to, and resolve the effect accordingly. Effects classified as permanent effects affect both players on the opposing team. When an effect refers to it's the team. And effects that specify that's the team. In principle, you can only play characters on your own field. When an effect refers to, and it goes on, but you can read all those details. Each match lasts in 90 minutes, but that's Buddy Battles. Yeah, here we go. The Grim Reaper, who will likely appear in Grim Reminders, and this is most likely a Geistoid, who was in that future set anomaly card, the Grim Reaper, that I've seen people play, I believe. I might even have a deck with him in it. No, I have the other guy. But anyway, and checking out the Red Baron, we are led to believe that this is a guy from the Keyforge RPG, and he'll probably come out in the next set that actually probably was not developed by FFG, because I think the last set that they did develop was Winds of Exchange. No. I think Grim Reminders. But anyway, this guy is yet to come in it. And this guy's very interesting. While your red key is forged, the Red Baron gains Reap, Steal 1 Amber. While your opponent's red key is forged, the red baron gains elusive. So what I've been doing since I learned about this guy is I just forge my last key is always red, but I'm sure there's going to be a yellow baron and a blue baron, so I know I'm probably just wasting my time. But anyway, I'm getting that muscle memory up though. Alright, Gears of War. Just delivered not long ago. I finally got it. And one thing I love about it is it has a unique casting mechanic. So these cards are, yeah, I just held up one. And I probably messed around and misplaced it. But anyway, like these cards, they have 2 right there. And 3 is the casting cost. But I think they were just doing that to throw people off. But a lot of cards, they'll have like any kind of numbers up there, like 1,7 or 2,3. And then what that means is if you have 2 or 3 cards in hand, you can cast it. But if you have any other number, you can't cast it. But some cards say any amount of cards in your hand and you can cast it. So, and it's a 15 mission campaign competitive LCG type of game, all contained in one box. Can be had right now for like $35. I'm really looking forward to playing it. So just something to be on the radar. Gears of War, the card game, produced by SFG, the creators of God Tier. I mean, what I hear is a great game that I haven't played yet. And they also came out with a Resident Evil minis game, Horizon Zero Dawn, Devil May Cry, Dark Souls, and Epic Encounters. A lot of good stuff. All right, moving along to the indies. What's Kickstarter talking about? Havoc, the combat card game. Like the way this looks. Let's check it out.
Try Havoc, and let's slip the dogs of war. Presenting Havoc, the combat card game. The first card game replicating realistic medieval hand-to-hand combat. Recreate and reenact fights from ancient and medieval times. Hundreds of full-color illustrations showing fighters, weapons, armor, combat actions, and combat effects like wound and bash. Become a knight, born to fight in heavy armor. Or a barbarian. The best defense is a good offense. You choose your weapons. You choose your armor. You decide your fighting style.
A lot of stats right there. I like that.
Draw your hand and choose your combat action. Attack,
red die,
defend, or pause and let the armor take it. Dice rolls and card draws determine the outcomes of your actions.
So many stats on these cards.
Imagine bringing your fights right onto your gaming table. Havoc weaves realism and historical accuracy with intuitive gameplay. You can start playing in minutes, and with over 850 cards, the full Havoc set can keep you fighting for years. Choose archetypes and tactics from the Bronze Age through the Dark Ages to the High Middle Ages, or a fantasy foe from the world of Sobron.
Big old dragon, yeah. Body 80,
Havoc
fatigue
on its
15.
own, or use it to supplement your favorite role-playing game. Will you join the fray? Try Havoc, and let's slip the dogs of war.
Alright, that video was very promising. Alright, and that's 11K fully funded. They were looking for 10K. They got 119 backers, 20 days to go. Havoc is a cards and dice game replicating medieval combat. Players take on the role of knights, barbarians, and other fighters locked in deadly hand-to-hand combat. 2 or more players create their fighters, choose weapons and armor, and decide their fighting styles. Then players build decks using Havoc's combat action cards. To start fighting, players shuffle their decks and draw hands. Cards show specific combat actions like slashing with the sword, thrusting with the spear, or parrying with shield. Players will roll 2 10-sided dice, a red die and a white one, and add them together to determine whether they hit the opponent. Sounds like my Stonebound Saga that I still haven't played. The full set of Havoc, the combat card game, comes with everything you need to play any fighting ranging from ancient Egypt through the Middle Ages and up to the Renaissance. And Havoc is not a collectible card game. Players don't need to buy anything else to build decks and start fighting. The game is 100% complete. Absolutely no art, layout, design, or rules need to be completed. Man, sounds real promising. Man, look at all those cards. Havoc rule book, reference book. Alright, so that's pledge $15 or more. Get the Shieldmate Havoc Romans dual deck. This provides 108 full color cards in a tuck box and provides all the cards needed to play a one-on-one fight between the Roman soldier, legionnaire, or centurion and an enemy Gallic spearman or Celtic Maul berserker. Romans dual deck, full color PDF copy of Havoc, quick start guide, full color PDF of free Havoc Lands of Sopon. Only $15. 35, you get the Duelist, 3 Havoc dual decks. $60, you get the Adventurers, 6 dual decks. And $75 Warrior, full set of Havoc, the combat cards. 864 cards. Out of control. Alright, moving along from Havoc. Check out this Altar Realm of the Gods. A card game for 2 to 5 players where you build shrines and discover hidden altars as you fight enemy gods and protect your realm. €25 or more. You get the Altar game, the Great Ones expansion for free, and all unlocked stretch goals. Core box, €25. That's something like $1, like $30 or something. Where is that video at? Hope I didn't watch this last week because I think I saved it for this week. Okay, you mean to tell me they don't have no video? Our video's at the bottom. That's kind of crazy. All right, let's watch the Board Game Code review. Your boy from Board Game Code. Loading, back to Kelly. And close some of these windows.
I'm talking to you about Altar. This is published by the Red Joker, and it's coming to Kickstarter soon. Now, normal caveats. We have been given a prototype. This is not the final form of the game. It will change in a myriad of ways, I assume, by the time it makes it to production and fulfillment, if it's something that you desire to get. Also, one other disclaimer that has cropped up in the time that I've played, the artwork, while very detailed and very intense, does have some more sexualized images of some of the women characters in the game. So if that is something that would bother you, then just be mindful of that when checking this game out. Without further ado, we can go ahead and jump in and I can start talking about why you might want to check out Altar. This is a 2 to 5 player strategic card game, and it is thematically based in a world where humans and gods don't learn their lessons, which sounds pretty similar to our world. The gods here are trying to gain the favor or the faith of particular followers to rise and get back to a state of power so that they can be the only ones that rule. This has been a vicious cycle that has occurred over millennia and previously brought upon other dark ages. We are in a new dark age, but the gods this time really think that they can figure things out, so they are competing with each other for control. We have the goddess of love and the god of light, both of whom I do not have set up in this mock 3-player game. We also have the god of war, which I can't think of anything other than a Nordic Kratos, and then we also have the ancient god, which is very, very kind of like mixed with nature in terms of the visual style there, and then the goddess of death. So these are the 5 different potential gods that you can play in the game. Each of them have particular abilities that you need to be mindful of that give them some asymmetry. The god of war over here can double the warrior's ability, which is a follower card that you can get, but they also have protection against the warrior, so that can't be used against them. The ancient god always goes first. If you're playing in a game that does not have the ancient god, then the player who is the oldest will go first, but because the ancient god is the oldest, whoever is controlling that player character, if it's in play, they go first. They also win draws, which remove the tiebreakers at the end, and they have protection against pagans, which is once again a type of follower card. The goddess of death only needs 2 ritual cards to build a shrine, but they can't perform rituals with clerics. The god of light over here, paladin followers, they count as 2 if you're using them for a ritual, and then they also have protection against a demoness, and the seer, the demoness, is right there. And then lastly, the goddess of love begins all games with an altar, so every character here has an inactive altar, but the god...
Alright, I know there was a better video, but their layout on this one, I don't know about that layout they had going. Alright, moving along though. Altar. Now let's try one more time to find that regular video. Okay, right here. Well, no. All right, we ain't gonna even trip. We just gonna keep it moving. Altar, you know, it looks good. Nice art on there. And Drakerion, TCG, 102K from a $43,000 desired goal. They ain't playing no games. Five epic factions. Jerusalem, the last bastion. Lokmar, the demonic forces. Carthage, the city of the undeads. Wastelands, the sacred groves. And Gil Estelle, the Megrocracy. Smart resource systems. Choose a maneuver from your pile. During their suffering, the deployment, the start of Prime Legion. Dynamic gameplay, action, no turn to wait. No summoning sickness when both players have passed in a row. In the turn. Choose another maneuver. Learn more at Drakerion.com. Links below. Pre-order now on Kickstarter. And as you can see, it's foreign developed. Looks to be French or something. I really don't know that language. But got some nice art though, I can say that much. Alright, 275 backers. Might be some investors in there because 275, that's a lot to get to 102. But 16 days to go. After 20 years of playing different trading card games, the development team relies on its long experience while paying attention to the expectations of today's players. Several negative points can come up regularly in this type of game, and we don't want to reproduce them. They're going to talk down on land probably, but land serves a great function, smoothing out the skill level versus the luck level. Each card should be useful and is created with the intent to be played in a deck out of respect for the players, but also for the artist who illustrated. Any card of any rarity must find a place in the deck that makes you happy, whether you play it in a relaxed way or with friends or to win tournaments. Alright, we got events, we got characters, we got attachments, we got to determine your resources for the turn, choose a maneuver. For the turn, you choose resources. Attack, commit a character and choose a defender. Pass, if all players pass consecutively, a new turn begins. Want to try it out? Click here on TTS or click the PMP. The collection. Alright, let's look at the backing levels. $18 gets you a starter deck of your choice. Amethyst Pledge, $82 gets you 5 starter decks, Kickstarter edition. And Larimar Pledge, 1 Kickstarter edition, 1 starter deck Kickstarter edition, and a booster box with 20 packs and an alternate art card. Onyx Pledge, $175, shipping cost, all cards are Kickstarter exclusive, 5 starter decks, booster box, all that good jazz. Alright, and moving along to something that actually surprised me, the AnarKey card game with Danny Trejo all in the commercials and everything. 9,700 of a proposed 99,000 they want. 29 backers, 18 days to go. And it's even got the girl Becca Scott on the video.
Other factions available in Set 1 booster boxes, we got cannibals, cosplayers, streamers, Vegas mutants, Revolutionary War reenactors, and furries.
Mutant and furries?
Yeah, of course. I mean, how else would you fight Puff, the mutated flying radioactive Komodo dragon?
Machete.
Radioactive kimono dragon.
Yeah, I mean, this game has everything.
This game has everything, including me.
Yeah, so the game uses dice, and a lot of TCG people don't like dice, which doesn't bode well on the game I'm designing right now, which uses dice. But what do you do? Project is 10% funded. They might have spent all this budget on getting people to advertise it, but might not be coming back. They might got to go back to the drawing board. Yeah, how to play. Let's check that out for a second.
You guys, I know I said I want to do this one, but I don't know. I mean, this baby is coming. Can I get some help, maybe?
Hey, I got you. We're building stronghold and touching hungry heavies. That's right, it's AnarKey from Nerdcraft Games.
That was incredible. In this trading card game, players take on the role of post-apocalyptic tribal groups, each overseen by a unique leader. By hoarding precious resources, hiring crazed survivors, and battling to the death.
She really
Each tribe
pregnant?
attempts to slay the opposing
I
leader.
guess so, I
The
don't
first
know.
player to bring their opposing leader to 0 health wins the game. Like most trading card games, AnarKey features personal deck building based on your collection of cards. Once built, that deck is your deck to play against another player who will have their own deck to bring to the party as well. Setup begins with leader selection. Regardless of your deck build, leaders can be matched with any playstyle. Some leader abilities combo well with certain units, so keep that in mind when constructing the deck. Leaders have a name and portrait, a health rating of 20 points. If a leader takes a number of wounds equal to or exceeding their health rating, they lose the game. 2 abilities. Abilities can be either ongoing effects or activated abilities. Activated abilities can only be used once per turn. Leaders are set face up on the table. Each player shuffles their deck and allows their opponent to cut it. Then each player rolls 2d6 to see who takes the first turn. Highest roll wins. Each player then draws 7 cards into their private hand. After reviewing the cards, each player may shuffle a number of those cards back into their deck before replenishing their hand back up to 7. This mulligan may be repeated, but at the cost of a wound on the player's leader. Let's look at the other card types in the game. Units are the many characters and followers a leader attracts throughout their journey. A deck may have up to 4 copies of a single character or follower, and while a player can have multiple copies of followers in the wasteland is the play area, they can only have 1 copy of a character in play at a time. Unit cards have a name and type, sweet art, a resource cost, which is the amount of resources needed for them to be played into the wasteland from their hand, health points, an attack
gotta
type,
discard
melee
to
or
play.
ranged, along with the number of dice to roll and the 2-hit number, the minimum needed to roll and score a hit, a defense value, and special abilities. Other card types include events, which can be played before or after combat, rapid events, which can be played anytime, but only once per turn, relics, which provide an ongoing effect and stay in play in the wasteland, only 1 relic allowed in play per player, resources, which come in 4 types: food, gas, water, and ammo. These can be exhausted, turned 90 degrees, to gain resources and spend them to play cards or activate abilities. And strongholds, which provide huge benefits if they can be played. A deck can have up to 4 different strongholds and only 1 copy of each. Gameplay occurs in turns, each divided into phases, starting with the start phase, where any begin of turn effects trigger. If multiple would occur, the active player chooses the order in which they resolve. Then, in the draw phase, the active player draws a card.
But y'all get it though. Familiar TCG mechanics. And just a nibble for $50 you get just a nibble. For those of you just wanting to get your feet wet and grab some groovy exclusives, you get Hannibal versus Libertai starter set, and Ken Meyer Jr. Libertai Bills leader card. Alright, one 2-player starter set, I take it, $50. And a little pick me up, you get a Hannibal versus Libertai starter set, 4 AnarKey booster packs, AnarKey comic book, leader card, playmat, all kind of stuff. $250, a bunch of stuff, and they're looking to deliver by December this year. All right, and man, maybe they just wanted too big a go. I don't know, but 18 days ago they got some time. All right, and for the last thing on the docket, Shifting Shadows. They're fully funded, 5,700 of 5,000 they wanted. 65 hours to go. So if you want to grab this, do it today. Perhaps tomorrow, if you're one of the first people watching this.
Welcome to the world of Shifting Shadows, where mysterious portals have led 8 mighty heroes, well, 7 heroes that have been accounted named Dave, to a shadow realm ruled by the Skeleton King, the god of concepts and ideas. They have been transported across the multiverse to fight for his entertainment. And as a result, he will bestow a great boon to the victors and transform those who lose into his tiny skeleton servants. Hi, my name is Kellen Harrison, the creator of Shifting Shadows. In my game, each card represents an idea, concept, or phrase that the Skeleton King controls. From ancient spells to futuristic gadgets, the possibilities are endless. There are 2 ways to win in Shifting Shadows. In classic Battle Royale fashion, you may either deal enough damage that all other players die, or accomplish your hero side quest and play the ever-elusive card long enough to cement your victory. The rules of Shifting Shadows are easy to learn, but the gameplay is complex and challenging. With each turn, you'll need to carefully choose which cards to buy, prepare, or play to support your chosen hero and strategy. With its unique mechanics, every player has an action and bonus action on their turn to make sure that every turn builds on the last. But be careful. The ideas and concepts in Shifting Shadows are not to be taken lightly. With different ways to damage, destroy, buy, ramp, and draw more cards, Each card has its own unique power and can turn the tide of the game in an instant. We really hope that you enjoy the game and that you support it on Kickstarter today.
Oh yeah. So 65 hours to go, 37 backers. He says it's something like a twist on deck building. And you can get the print and play, $12. Shifting Shadows is a new take on deck building. I don't know if he means deck construction or deck building really, but Shifting Shadows is a new take on deck building. Playing as one of 8 mighty heroes. You don't just buy cards, but use actions. Bonus actions, hero powers, deal damage, and sabotage the enemy. With over 100 unique cards in this deck builder, feels unique and fresh with every playthrough. Okay, so yeah, he's talking about deck builder. Worried there's too many cards, or our key shuffle mechanic is a bonus action called Time Loop, which allows players to shift through the store purchasing cards they don't want out and bringing 5 new cards to the fray. You can find a video describing the mechanics at the bottom of this page. Man, yeah, let's go right to that. Let's see what he's talking about.
Time Loop allows players to shuffle through the store. Take 5 cards from the store and then place it on the discard pile. Then the top 5 cards of the deck are flipped over and create the new store. However, this also works in the reverse. Players can remove the 5 cards in the store and place them on top of the library. Then taking 5 cards from the discard pile, they are able to place those in the store. This allows players to target specific cards and block other players from targeting specific cards. Time Loop allows players to shuffle through the store. Take 5 cards from the store and then place it on the discard pile. Then the top 5 cards of the deck are flipped over and create the new store. However, this also works in the reverse. Players can remove the 5 cards in the store and place them on top of the library.
That's cool. Wonder if any game's ever done that before. But anyway, yeah, $12 you can get the print and play. For $29 you can get the whole game, but of course you got to pay the shipping. Physical copy and the digital rulebook and fan behavior, lore and more. All that good stuff. 160 retail package, 8 physical copies. But yeah, that, my friends, has been this week in TCGs number 12. Like, comment, subscribe, and come back in another 2 weeks for this week in TCGs number 13. Holler at your guy.